Youth runner here with Arrowhead Christian Academy, senior star Jeanna-Marie Lotz, 76th Mount SAC Invitational presented by Nike. A full 3 miles, 1926. Absolutely brilliant throughout the race, but especially when she got on the track. Jenna, let's start right there. Obviously, for those that are in the southern section and familiar with the previous Mount SAC course, obviously no more poop out, but obviously an extra 300 meters on the track. Like, what was that like for you to kind of prepare in a new way for this challenge?
Well, I definitely was preparing for that last lap. I mean, I knew like, oh good, poop out's gone, so I gotta now buy time on this track. And I don't have much track work done, so it was a little skeptical for me. And maybe I could have pushed a little bit harder, but I think I did as good as I could, And yeah, I was just expecting that there was going to be track, and that on the reservoir I had to push myself everything I had.
The fact that you can really, when it gets really challenging, like when you have to be, just really courageous, like that you can, really find peace in the fact that the Lord's plan, is bigger than anything that you and I are visualizing. Especially like when, it's warm, and when it got really tough out there on reservoir, when it, like you said, maybe not as much speed work, so when you got to 300 meters left, 200 meters left, like just how much are you really trusting in the Lord, trusting in the process? You have an amazing coach, an incredible family, like just really just kind of releasing and turning it over to them.
Yeah, well, I mean, this whole season has been about trusting in the process, and it's been like that since last prelims, and really, it's really had to test my faith as a Christian, and like, I just really have struggled, honestly, with believing that my training's good enough, and that the Lord's good enough, and that His sovereignty is great. And yeah, so I mean, trusting in the Lord started from the moment I stepped onto this campus. It started when I got out of my bed this morning. Today I really wanted to focus my race on God's plan and what He has for me, and no matter what the outcome was, that I was just going to be joyful about it and thankful, because I mean, I'm so thankful that I get to actually just have the ability to run, no matter if I'm not reaching my goals or anything, but I know that God's faithful and He's sovereign, and that I just had to keep running, and I kept telling myself, just trust in the process, trust in the process during this whole entire race. I mean, I have 1 Samuel 17:47 written on my ankles here.
I got it.
That was my verse I read this morning in the Bible. I just like had this feeling like, oh, I need to read about David and Goliath. And I just remember a pastor talking about like how if you don't believe you can do it, then your God's too small. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna look at that verse. And David was a small human, like he had nothing, and he conquered a giant. I mean, these mountains are giants, so I mean,
they are Goliaths in their own right.
Oh my gosh, there was 10 Goliaths around here. So I just had to trust that God is so good, is so powerful, and that I had to do what he can do. I mean, I'm nobody compared to God, and I just had to put all that in me. And like, this is my Romans 5:3-5 is my verse as an athlete, and it's talks about perseverance and endurance when it's hard, and that it leads to hope. And I know that if I persevere through this race, it might be something great, and I just have to trust in the Lord for that, and also thank Him for all His blessings, as it says in Theologians, as my chaplain reminded me yesterday. Actually, I was kind of struggling a lot emotionally with this race because I didn't do well at prelims, so I was very skeptical about coming here again. And so I talked to my chaplain about it, and he was like, you just need to be joyful, and you just need to be thankful for everything God's given you. And so he told me about Thessalonians, and yeah. Thank you, Tom.
So, and everything that you've shared about the scripture, and obviously about the communication, with your pastor and with your chaplain and whatnot, it's just it's so beautiful. Now, not just because you won, not just because you will forever have that incredible cowbell, and obviously that medal, but just and the fact that you had a heart similar to David and showed that courage and showed that will and that and that determination and that fight. But like, what do you walk away from here, like just in terms of not only peace, but obviously like just excitement, inspiration, motivation, because the next time that you're going to be here, I don't have to remind you, is going to be prelims all over again. But this is a different Jeanna-Marie Lotz than the woman that was here last November. So what are you leaving Walnut to take back to ACA, like to get you excited and motivated and inspired for the next time you get to race here?
I think confidence in the Lord. Like I said, I was very doubtful about coming here. I wasn't really trusting in His plan, and you know, I really wanted to get an 18 this time. But I mean, I have to trust that maybe my next league meet this Tuesday will be great, and I just have to trust in that. And I mean, I have college all to achieve my goals. I don't need to be first place right now. I can be first place next year. But yeah, I just have to trust in that, and I have a struggle of confidence in myself, and you know, I can't say this, I'm never going to be confident, I'm always going to be confident from here on out. No, I'm going to be lacking in my faith again, I'm going to struggle again, but I think this weekend and coming back to school, coming to my meet on Tuesday, I'm going to have a lot of confidence in who I am as a runner, and that I can just push myself. I get very nervous about that, what if I can't push myself, and yeah, and so I just gotta know that I can, and God's got me. And like, I mean, when I started running today, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't go this fast, I can't do it. And I just said, girl, trust in the Lord. Like, you've trained for this, and you know how to run. So like, I just have this confidence, I think, and hopefully it lasts till Tuesday. Hopefully it lasts to prelims, finals, state. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we are the blessed ones to be able to witness it unfold today, to witness Jeanna-Marie Lotz be able to honor the Lord with every stride and every step. And obviously, when we get that great competition at the section prelims and finals, that we know that Division 5 can certainly produce. If she hasn't seen 18 already, we're probably certainly going to see it in November when she comes back here. Jenna, stay blessed, stay healthy, and congratulations.
You too. Thank you so much. Yes.